I'm so excited to be part of Cape Town Homemakers Virtual Expo, and especially to the Deli reveal that takes place right here in my kitchen. The theme of this specific expo is very cleverly named In Habitat, because it brings us closer to designers, to producers, to catch up with the latest trends, but most of all to do all these things from the comfort of our own home, and like me, from the comfort of the center of my house, which is my kitchen. Now, the Dairy Reveal is brought to you by First Choice and by Woodlands Dairy, and I'm really impressed with Woodlands Dairy and with First Choice for their total commitment to sustainability. And I'm really a cheerleader for ethical products, for ethical production, and that is why I have such pleasure to be surrounded in my kitchen with these beautiful products. On the topic of sustainability, these beautiful bags that I received from Woodlands Dairy and First Choice is an example of the way that they recycle. And more specifically, the products that you buy on shelf. You will know that the cartons itself is mostly all recyclable and made from these recycled materials. And furthermore, Woodlands is the first dairy company to even give attention to these closures, which are manufactured from sugarcane, which of course is a sustainable product because it's once it's harvested, it grows back. And to know that what you put in your shopping basket is recyclable and so eco-friendly, I think it makes all the world of difference to the whole cooking process. The first product reveal is so up my alley, and it will be for you as well. And it's the delightful range of Funky Oma. And what I love about this brand, before we start talking about the specific product, is the fact that it's 100% women owned. And it's a mother and a daughter, Anneke and Jonita, that started the company. And they're based on a farm close to Paul. And apart from being 100% women owned, it is 100% MSG free. No colorants, no preservatives. It's vegan friendly. So many good attributes, and the right things that tick the boxes that I'm interested in. And above all, how funky is this packaging? This specifically is a seafood spice. Let me taste. The herbs are really a concentrated taste. You can taste it's very, very good salt. They source only the best. And I will use this, mix it with a good olive oil, and go for a sustainable fish like hake, and just simply pan fried with beautiful sweet potato chips, a salad alongside, and then a big surprise. And I think probably the coolest thing I've seen this year. And it's a pocket-sized container of salt that you can pop into your handbag or into your bag. And imagine going out, now that we can go out again, and bringing this out and using that in a restaurant. So I can highly recommend this. And also, if you're interested in unusual flavor combinations, they have a beautiful black garlic salt. There's one combining ginger and turmeric. So it's as the name says, it's really funky. From a deli product to a much loved staple, no kitchen can be without, and that is milk. And in this case, the UHT long life milk from Woodlands and First Choice, either skimmed, low fat, or I prefer full cream. And I thought, what recipe will I choose that is unusual, another way to look at milk, that really puts milk in the spotlight. And I went back to one of my books called Taste Tafel, and there's a recipe for chicken. It's actually an oven roast chicken, but it's braised in milk. Very unusual. I mean, we won't think twice to make a chicken in cream, for example, but milk makes us think twice. Now what happens as it cooks, the milk, the sugars in the milk starts caramelizing, and it forms these wonderful nuggets of caramel together with the other flavorings that you add to the milk: lemon peel, a cinnamon stick, bay leaves, and some sage. And I will later reveal, apart from what comes out of the deli bags, also what comes from my oven. The dish that I dedicate to Homemakers Virtual Expo is chicken in milk, and it's an oven roasted chicken simply flavored with lemon peel, but lots of it, lots of garlic. The herbs I use are bay leaf from my own garden, as well as sage, lots of crushed black pepper. And I start off with roasting, just browning the chicken before I roast it. And then the magical ingredient is First Choice UHT milk, which I always have at hand, very convenient in my pantry, so I never run out of milk. And you add about 625 milliliters of milk to it. And this I keep back to top up as it roasts in the oven for about 2 hours at 190. So this is what it looks like before it gets heat. The next reveal. And a lovely personalized letter about Miss J.L. Hall's smoked Worcester sauce. Now the name already points towards the Worcester sauce that we know from originating in England, but this is a Southern Hemisphere Worcester sauce made in the heart of Worcester itself, and that is the one just over the mountain in the Woodlands. But let's give it a taste. It immediately awakens the tongue, and it's not overbearing at all. What stands out is this clean, pure edge that the naturally fermented vinegar that they use, that comes to the fore, but it's perfectly balanced with the spices, the dried fruit that they use. Oh, I wish you could taste it. And this, I would say, is of their fantastic range, my new favorite. And what I like about it is how they use the region for their product as well, because this is smoked, the base is smoked in the town of Huiskok, which is also so Cape and so Woodlands. And they told me that this was established in 2011 by Miss Johanna Hall. Now, I must say I have a natural affinity to this product, of course, because my second name is Johanna, and this makes me extra proud to be associated with the Worcester sauce in that way. But what I would also love to share with you is a recipe from my book Share, where Worcester sauce turns a very standard but much loved Sunday night snack, you know, Welsh rarebit. Now this Worcester sauce will totally transform it. Now what Worcester sauce, Welsh rarebit typically is a mixture of cheese and mustard and beer, although I use milk, and you bind it with an egg, put it on top of a slice of bread, and under the grill it goes. Now what you do with this is that you cut crisscross patterns on the top of the grilled cheese and then douse it liberally with this smoked Worcester sauce. It seeps into these nutty flavors seep into the cheese, the grilled cheese, and transforms this grilled cheese into the best in the world. A hot tip for other Worcester sauce lovers is that the Johanna Hall range comes in incredible flavors. My husband's favorite is the Bliksemstraal, which is really habanero hot, very, very hot, but it really packs a punch of flavor. And there is also unusual Worcester sauce, like a curried one, which I really love. They have one that can be used as a salad dressing or as a basting sauce, and then also one with some extra virgin olive oil added to it. There's with chili, there's without chili, so there's really a Worcester sauce for every taste. Well, the Cape Town Homemakers Virtual Expo really has its finger on the trend pulse, especially when it comes to gin. Now gin is really, it becomes so part of the cocktail scene, but I must say this gin related product impressed me no end. And with it comes a personalized letter where the brainchild behind this product, Heidi van der Westhuizen, writes, "Dear reader, included is my product for the Homemakers Expo event. The gin tin is a cool reusable tin with 10 different ingredients to garnish and infuse your gin." And then she gives the ingredients, which I'm not going to reveal. 10 special ingredients that you can use to custom make or tailor make your gin to your heart's desire. The tin in this specific tin is pink peppercorns, citrus, just so beautifully done, dainty slices of cucumber, rosemary, allspice, also known as pimento, cranberries, juniper berries, very closely associated with gin distilling, hibiscus flowers, star anise, and then something very romantic, red roses, tiny little rosebuds. And I must say this, it ticks another box. We've spoken about sustainability, and the thing is this, how covetable is this tin? And what I love about it is that you can get refills for it, and or use the tin for something else, but it's not part of this whole throwaway culture that we left behind us now. And it's a perfect example, just beautifully designed, and a product that Heidi can be very proud of. For the next reveal, we bring out the nostalgia. And what is more nostalgic than flavored milk? Now, First Choice's range of milky, it ticks the boxes like it's tartrazine free, it's free of added colorants, but it also, it's written all over the box. The cuteness of this is it's just gorgeous. It looks carefree and it tastes carefree. It's the flavors of strawberry and chocolate milk. I I can imagine you nodding your head now for chocolate milk. There's the toffee, vanilla, and then the two flavors. I can't decide which one I love more than the other. And the one is cream soda, and the other one cookies and cream. But let me see today what's my favorite today. Isn't this gorgeous? They call it silly straw. It's reusable. It comes with its own little brush. Okay, so the other reveal. My favorite. The cream soda. I'm a teenager again. I've switched bags for the next reveal. A beautiful honey golden colour. Now honey, being such an ancient food, really brings out my romantic side and the passionate side in my kitchen. What it was actually the nectar of the gods, and specifically loved by the goddess Aphrodite, and even Cupid dips his love arrows into honey. And this is what makes this love aspect that makes the next reveal even sweeter. That it comes from the west coast town, small town with a beautiful name of Darling honey. I'm going to start with this wonderful raw natural product, their raw honey made from fynbos. And you can see the milky appearance which comes from the fine crystal in the texture, and that shows that it's unpasteurized and unprocessed. And there's even, I can see tiny flecks of pollen and of the honeycomb itself. Oh yes, I would definitely use this honey in my two favorite savory dishes, both Moroccan dishes. The one is a chicken tagine with tomato, the honey that offsets the tomato's acidity, and then also some spices, cinnamon and almonds. And the other dish, you have to try this, fried slices of brinjal that you then stew or simmer in a sticky honey glaze, flavored with harissa and some fresh mint. And that I serve with goat's milk cheese, and for those that don't like goat's milk, feta and honey is also a wonderful combination. And talking of trends, few things can be as on trend as Darling Honey's coffee liqueur. And I'm going to definitely pour myself a tot. And my cameraman and my lovely husband Ian is going to be surprised because he hardly ever drinks on the job.
Cheers.
Smell the coffee, cold brew. Ian, beautiful balance between the honey and then the coffee darkness, blackness of the Colombian coffee beans.
And I love that it's not too sweet.
Not too sweet at all. You can serve this, of course, as at the end of a meal or as a welcome drink, but even more trendy and even more sexy is if you use this as a cocktail with some tonic. Cheers to Darling Honey. And good news is that they will also be making a honey vodka and macadamia liqueur. I'll drink to that. This flamboyant handmade teapot is one of my most treasured possessions. And it's not that much that I bring it out for special occasions, but definitely for special teas only. It has never seen the garden variety, middle of the road tea from the local grocer. And that's why I'm so happy to use it for this very special teas by Dandelion Handcrafted Teas. It's a company that was started by Hielke Erasmus from Somerset West. And every aspect of it, whether it's the packaging right through to a range of blended teas and loose teas, it speaks of total dedication, of expert knowledge and such passion for what she does. She uses organic ingredients only, source it as close to home as possible, no added flavorants or any preservatives, only what comes naturally from the teas and the spices and the fruits that she uses. And she sent me a gift pack which is part of her range, and again everything is recycled, all the elements are just so beautiful and in good taste. Let me show you. And it comes with a lovely personal note. Let me make a cup of tea and share in the joy of being me. And it was, you can see it was made with so much love and care. And the packet contains a 50-gram packet of handcrafted loose leaf tea. We'll talk about this now. And then also a tin, again, that you can recycle. And inside are examples of her tea blends. And also, I'll come to this now, a tea infuser that is ideal for loose tea leaves. And I'm going to go to my tasting notes, because I tried all these teas. The first one is the Nachi Peku. It's a grassy sweet green tea. It's from a farm in Malawi, and it has that pleasant bittersweet zestiness that comes from nachis. Then there's also calendula flower petals, which gives that floral note, and a dash of ginger. Star anise brings a refreshing roundness to the tea. And harmony. She has beautiful names for these tea blends. The harmony combines both South African rooibos and Malawian Satenwa tea. It's a white tea combined with a red tea from South Africa. And she adds rose petals, and that also adds some beauty to the tea itself, and fig, which balances the warmth and that slight bite of chili. Very unusual. And yeah, a wonderful way to not only connect with nature, but also with yourself and with anyone else that you're going to share your pot of tea with. Soul, another favorite of mine, and this is because it's also a real conversation piece and something I've never encountered in a tea blend before, and that is the bourbon flavors, which she combines with a black tea, with fig, and the warmth of cinnamon and allspice. Well done, Hielke. Then, I already know what I'm going to make to serve with this tea. The tea itself is a blend of, it's called spiced apple pie, and it has that grounding flavors of rooibos, the sweet tartness of apples and that fresh note. Again, she uses the warmth of ginger and cinnamon spices together with allspice berries, and to add an extra soothing note, she adds chamomile. And this again shows why this tea is so superior. It's a beautiful blend. You see the whole leaves. It's not those broken up pieces of tea leaves or dust, so often used in inferior tea bags. And you can clearly see the spices and other ingredients. And it smells just heavenly. And coming back to what I will be baking to serve with the apple spiced tea in my special teapot is a Russian apple cake called a shalotka, which also combines spices and apple. And then Huiskok mentioned that this is a tea that really goes very well with, for example, with baked custards. So I will be serving my shalotka apple cake with large dollops of First Choice's delicious long life vanilla flavored custard that I keep in my larder. And we're going to have a very good time with this cup of tea. If you want to know more about tea and go on this journey of discovery, do look Huiskok's dandelion handcrafted teas up on our website, which is dandeliontea.co.za, or perhaps at a local farmer's market. Enjoy. Well, I'm now into matching bag and apron. This is from Woodlands Dairy, and the upcycled, recycled bag from First Choice, because this is a special moment, the reveal of a very, very special, award-winning South African olive oil, Willow Creek. And in this case, the bottle tells so many stories. It tells where this olive oil comes from. It's from the Nay Valley, and the whole valley can be very proud of this product. But it also shows the many awards that it's won, the latest being an award in London at the International Olive Oil Competition. It won gold, and also at the world's oldest olive oil competition in Milan, held this year, it won distinction. So it really proves the caliber of our locally produced olive oils. But there's also another very important label that this is a general recommendation from my side, is to look out for the SA Olive seal of a commitment to compliance that shows you that this is truly a South African product. It's produced on the farm, 100% pure. So you know that you're not paying for a fake or a wannabe import that is substandard. And also this bottle shows me that the style in which this olive oil is made is medium. That is, it means that it's not overpoweringly bitter or too pronounced, but it's also not too mild. So it has a distinct, I would call it a grassy, peppery flavor. It has that very, very pleasant bitterness that indicates quality in good olive oil. So this beauty inspired me to make something really special with it that will also showcase the character and the notes of the olive oil. So I went to my herb garden, my winter garden, and it was lovely to see that the tomato plants are picking up, and I used some very, very fresh young tomato leaves for my pesto, with some basil, rocket and parsley, garlic, and then lots of olive oil. So this is something I'm proud of. Most unusual, but really showcases the olive oil. I also use this to add some character to soups after it's been cooked for so long, or just slices of sun-ripened tomato on top of a slice of toasted sourdough and lashings of this beautiful olive oil. One last note, also from the bag, and I put it in this little special container I keep in my pantry, is the range of balsamic reductions, very interesting combinations from red fig and vanilla to thyme. There's even a balsamic reduction with infused with olives, and then also a very handy, there's a red wine reduction, and then also a delightful salad dressing that I use for, there's a particular salad that I make with brinjals and oven roasted sweet potato chips. And again, I love the drizzle, some olive oil and some balsamic reduction. That's all you need. As we get closer to the end of our reveal, my upcycled bags are really starting to feel quite hot, and it's no surprise, because the smaller the size, the hotter the sauce. And if you share my addiction for hot sauces, you will love this range of Morris shops. It's imported from America, and it's actually, they exported to 21 countries. So yeah, it's great to now also have it available right here in South Africa. What makes this sauce unique is that they use a blend of freshly bottled vegetables together with habaneros, which gives it that crisp taste. And it comes in 6 variants, starting for the newbies with a sauce that is not that hot but packed with flavor, and then obviously it moves up to hotter and hotter and hotter. There's just a smoked variety which adds a really another layer of taste to food, and then obviously there are those that are really not for the whims at all. Apart from being packed with heat, the things that it doesn't come with are the preservatives, oils and sugars you don't want in a good hot sauce. And this one is also 100% vegan. So vegans loving really hot sauce, this is the one for you. And I'm now going to be brave and taste this right here on camera. Let's give it a shake first. It starts in the front and then it works its way up. I feel it in my nose, and luckily I have some milk on standby. Morris shop, I love your sauce. And here it is, my first choice when it comes to baking chicken in the oven. Succulent, flavoursome, aromatic, golden brown chicken baked in First Choice milk. I'm a firm believer that you eat your dessert first, because life is uncertain, and didn't lockdown just show us how true that is? But it also brought new ways of shopping, exciting new ways. And one of the things that I really welcome is the new online shop for all your long life dairy products, specifically shopfirstchoice.co.za. I'm doing it right here. First up is I can order this long life cream either in litre or in this convenient 250 ml. Whether I want to pour or spoon or bake, the cream is here. And then First Choice Velvet, a dairy dessert that comes in flavors like the strawberry that I'm going to use to make milkshakes this evening. The chocolate and the vanilla variants I've already used to make a velvet marble cake, and the delicious butterscotch has been used to put a new spin on sticky toffee pudding. We've come to the end of the Deli reveals, and what a sweet ending it is. Guzzle and Wolf's salted caramel. It's part of their gourmet popcorn range. And let me tell you, a more apt name you cannot get. Guzzle and Wolf, because guzzle, it means to really wolf down, to greedily eat, to really want to polish it all. And this is freshly popped in good for you coconut oil, lightly spiced with fresh herbs and spices, and then coated with just a light coating of caramel. But it comes with the fact that this is a secret recipe of Guzzle and Wolf, so you can't even begin to try to make this at home. It also says on the packet that this is not for nibblers or for sharers. It's really something to just enjoy all by yourself. But I must say, I'm going to give Ian one of the packs. Guzzle, guzzle, guzzle.
Guzzle, guzzle.
Down.